In this video, we will talk about the Doppler effect. Here, we shall consider only the Doppler effect associated with sound waves. Assume that you have a source of sound waves, or an object emitting sound waves. On the other end, you have a detector that is detecting these sound waves. So the sound waves travels all the way from the source to the detector. Assume the frequency of the emitted sound wave is f. If the source and the detector are not moving, namely the speed of the source is 0 meter per second, and the speed of the detector is also 0 meter per second, then the frequency of the sound waves detected by the detector will also be f hertz. So there is no change or no difference in these two values. Now let's assume the source is not stationary. It is moving in some way. And likewise, the detector is also not stationary and it's moving in some ways. When we say they are moving in some ways, the source can move away from the detector or towards the detector with that much speed. Likewise, the detector can move towards the source or away from the source with that much speed. In such cases, if f is the frequency of the sound wave that is being emitted by the source, the frequency of the sound wave that is detected by the detector is no longer f, but it is some other value, say f prime. So in this case, f is not the same as f prime. Of course, there are two cases. Case 1, f can be greater than f prime, and case 2 is f can be smaller than f prime. Whether a particular case is associated with case 1 or case 2 is completely dependent on the nature of the movements of the source and the detector. The important point is when there are such movements, there will be a shift or change in the observed frequency. That is the essence of the Doppler effect. So formally, the Doppler effect is a change in the observed frequency of a wave, in this case the sound wave, when the source or the detector moves relative to the transmitting medium, in this case air. So for sound, the observed frequency f prime is given in terms of the source frequency f in a following manner. It is v plus minus v sub d over v plus minus v sub s. V in this formula is the speed of sound in the medium. So if we take the medium to be air, it is the speed of sound in the air. V sub d is the speed of that detector relative to the medium. And V sub s is the speed of the source relative to the medium. Note there are plus minus signs involved in this equation. The signs are chosen such that f prime tends to be greater for relative motion toward and less for motion away. What that means is when the motion of a detector or source is toward the other, the sign on its speed, here or there, must give an upward shift in the frequency. So f prime is greater than f. Likewise, when the motion of the detector or source is away from the other, the sign on its speed must give a downward shift in frequency. So in this case, f prime is less than f. In other words, toward means shift up. F prime is greater than f. And away means shift down. F prime is less than f. Here are some examples. If the detector moves toward the source, use the plus sign in the numerator to get a shift up in the frequency. If it's moving away, then use the minus sign in the numerator to get a shift down. If the detector is stationary, then there is no issue. Just set it to be 0. Now, if the source moves toward the detector, use the minus sign in the denominator to get a shift up in the frequency. And if the source moves away from the detector, then use the plus sign in the denominator to get a shift down. If the source is stationary, then Vs simply goes to 0. Next, let's see how to use these concepts in problems. Problem 1. A police siren emits sound wave with frequency 300 Hz. The speed of sound is 340 meters per second. If the siren is moving away from a listener with a speed of 40 meters per second relative to the air, and the listener is moving toward the siren with the speed of 10 meters per second relative to the air, what frequency does the listener hear? So what you have is source, the police siren, and the detector, the listener. The source is moving away from the detector with a speed of 40 meters per second relative to the air. The air is the medium of the sound wave transmission. The listener is moving toward the siren, meaning the detector is moving towards the source with a speed of 10 meters per second relative to the air. So let's write down the equation for the Doppler effect. F prime equals F V plus minus V detector over V plus minus V source. The emitted frequency is 300 Hz. Speed of sound is 340 meters per second. Let's choose the right sign. The detector is moving towards the source, as indicated by the arrow. So you must choose the plus sign for its speed in order to give a shift up. The siren, or the source, is moving away from the detector. So you must also choose the plus sign for its speed to give a shift down. So the final answer is the combinations of these two effects. So F prime is just F, which is 300 Hz, V is 340 meters per second, so that's the sound wave, plus V sub D, speed of the detector, that is 10, over 340 plus the speed of the source, which is 40 meters per second. And the answer is 276 Hertz. So because F prime is less than F, it results in a shift down in the frequency, as detected by the detector. Problem 2. A whistle of frequency 550 Hz moves in a circle of radius 50 cm at an angular frequency of 20 radian per second. What are the highest and lowest frequencies heard by a listener at long distance away at rest with respect to the center of the circle? So the whistle, which is the source of that sound wave, is moving in a circle like that. At that point it's going to the left, at this point it's going to the right. And the circle has a radius of 50 centimeters. And this turn has an angular speed of 20 radian per second. So that's the source. The detector is some way far away and at rest, so V sub D is 0. So let's write down the expression for the Doppler effect. F prime is F times V plus minus V sub D over V plus minus V sub S. Part A asks you to compute the highest frequency detected by the detector. That happens when the source is moving to the right like that. In other words, it's moving towards the detector. So that means Since it's moving towards the detector, it should end up with a shift up. So we have to choose the minus sign. Vd is 0. So let's do the calculation. Maximum f prime is f is 550 Hertz. Now v is the speed of sound. Let's take that to be 340 meter per second. So v is 340 meter per second. That is the speed of sound in the air. Plus 0, the detector is not moving. Over 340, we have chosen minus sign to get a shift up. Minus v sub s. What is the speed of this source? The linear speed of that source, or the whistle, is simply the radius of the circle times the angular speed. So the radius of the circle is 50 cm, so 0.5 meter. Omega is 20, and that's going to give you v sub s in meter per second, which is 10 meter per second. So you write minus 10 right there, and you get 567 Hertz for the answer. Now part B, the lowest frequency. So the lowest frequency, or the minimum, is given by, again, 550, that is F. V is 340, plus or minus 0, detector's not moving, over 340, and the sign that we use is the sign that would give a shift down. Remember, the minimum frequency occurs when the whistle is on top, when it's moving away from the detector. So to get a shift down, you have to use the plus sign for the speed of that whistle. So it's plus, the speed of the whistle has been worked out before, 10, and you're going to get 534 Hertz. And you see f prime is less than the original frequency, and that's the minimum frequency for this motion. Problem 3. A source emits sound waves of frequency 39,000 Hertz. If the source is moving toward a flat wall surface at a speed of 8.5 meter per second in air, what frequency of sound wave is reflected back off the wall to the source? So that's the source, and this is the wall. The wall is not moving. The source is moving towards the wall with a speed of 8.5 meter per second. What happens here? The wave emitted by the source will hit the wall and then will be reflected back to the source, and you want to know what that receiving frequency is. So there are two stages here. Stage 1, where the detector is the wall and the source is the moving source. Of course, the wall is not moving, so its speed is 0. So the wave goes all the way to the wall. The frequency at that point, or the frequency of the sound wave that gets to the wall, is f times v, which is the sound wave frequency. Since this is 0, v sub d is 0 over v. The source is moving towards the wall, so you have to choose the minus sign to get a shift up. Speed of the source is 8.5, so minus 8.5. So let's call this f prime for stage 1. And you're going to get f is 39,000. Speed of sound can be taken to be 340 over 340 minus 8.5. And the answer is 40,000 Hertz. So the frequency detected by the wall is 40,000 Hertz. Now the sound wave with that much frequency will be reflected back to the source, and it will be received with an entirely different frequency. Let's call it f2 prime. So for stage 2, the wall is the source and the source is the detector. So writing the Doppler effect, remember, now that f becomes f prime stage 1. V, the detector is the original moving source and it's moving towards, so you need to add the plus to get the shift up, 8.5 meter per second over v plus 0, because the source, which is now wall, is not moving. Substituting this and this in here, we get that, which is 41,000 Hertz.